Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to all of my Capricorns. If you are a Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, or North Node, this is your tarot reading for the upcoming month of October. And in case anybody's interested, I will be using the Every Little Thing You Do is Magic tarot deck. This is a brand new deck for me, and I am obsessed with it. I've been doing all of my readings with it since I got it, and you guys will see why in just a minute. So let's see what the cards have in store for Capricorn. Okay, so it looks like Ace of Cups fell out almost immediately. Very first, so new beginnings on the horizon. We had Five of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune come out together. Just an interesting dynamic there. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Pentacles. And it looks like the Tower is underneath the Knight of Pentacles. So I'll start the reading and see if that wants to come out. Although that kind of goes with the energy that I had already initially felt with this, especially with the Five of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Cups all coming out together. It's kind of a mixed bag. And what I'm leaning towards is you in the month of October, you guys might be forced to start anew. And perhaps that's why this tower moment was underneath the Knight of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, because it's something that maybe is already in the process of occurring as October begins. Things are changing, and it's because you might feel disconnected from the typical stability that Capricorns usually have. You like to set that foundation early on so that you can kind of live a life of leisure as you go on. You work hard first so you can relax later. Um, but this Five of Pentacles energy, as you can see, it's like breaking a piggy bank, but not when you want to. It's being lost in the dark, in the cold. In the Rider Waite deck, it shows a guy that's like limping on a crutch next to his friend who's just chilly, and they're in this massive blizzard right outside of a tower. Like they're right outside of a tower window, but they can't get into the tower because they don't have the status, they don't have the finances, they don't have the resources to get in there. So Five of Pentacles usually denotes a lack. It's some sort of lack. In most cases, again, it's your resources, it's your finances, which again isn't like you guys, Capricorn, which makes me think that you guys have been trying to pursue something that's not in alignment despite what your intuition and your emotional body has been telling you. It's almost like you've been trying to force something into fruition. You've been trying to make something happen because you assumed it would work out well for you financially. But the thing is, when we learn to follow our intuition and when we learn to follow our inner guidance system, that will always lead us to victory, to glory, to gold, to status, to the finances we need to continue on. It's when we let our minds take control of the situation, when we think something is a good deal versus what we feel, but we go with what we think. That's when we end up lost in the cold, probably lacking finances or losing an investment or fill in the blank, whatever's going on right now. But with all of that said, I think the Wheel of Fortune, along with the Ace of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles, I think this is a good omen as to what's to come. I think, as I'm saying, go with what you feel rather than what you think. But I feel, I believe that the Wheel of Fortune energy is going to be that change of pace. But first, you need to learn how to tap into this newness, this new beginning in. And maybe it's not even a brand new beginning for you. It's you got lost along the way. You stopped listening to your internal, you stopped listening to your emotions, you stopped listening to your intuition to guide you, and you got lost. So this is like a refresher. This is not a brand new beginning. It's something you've already done before to get you where you were before this Five of Pentacles energy came in. Really feeling like this was some sort of investment gone wrong. That's what it feels like to me with this spread. But as soon as you tap back into that inner guidance, that drawing forward from the heart, excuse me, rather than the head, that's when that Wheel of Fortune energy is going to become prosperous for you. Because of course, Wheel of Fortune isn't always good luck. If you think about the show, you spin the wheel, it can land on bankrupt or it could land on $1 million or anywhere in between. So with this spread, if you continue to listen to your head despite your better judgment, and that's the thing. In this case, it's not judgment because judgment's usually from the mind. Despite your better knowing, that's when the Wheel of Fortune is going to turn against your favor. But it's tapping into your heart. It's tapping into your emotional body. It's tapping into that built-in wisdom, that built-in guidance system that we were all born with. I'm just myself in the eye with that. tapping into that built-in guidance system that we are born with, that is our birthright. That's when you will take this energy and move it to this energy. That's when it'll move from lack and bankruptcy to fortune and hope and glory and all of those things you might have been trying to obtain with whatever this investment was that went bad. And if it's not necessarily finances for you guys, Pentacles also represents just resources to keep us stable, resources that keep us where we are. And it could be your reputation as well. So maybe you did something or partnered with somebody that ended up kind of just running your name into the ground, for example. Take it how it resonates. It can be anything, especially with pentacles, having to do with your status or your finances or where you are in greater society. But moving on from that, not only is the Ace of Cups a great indicator for your luck is changing, the tides are shifting as long as you learn to tap into that inner guidance system, the Knight of Pentacles, aka the Champion of Pentacles in this deck, is on the bottom of the deck as well. And when it's on the bottom, it has the backing behind it that it needs to really push that energy forward. And the Knight of Pentacles is a patient energy. So it's almost as if whatever this situation was that caused you to have this sense of lack or this physical reality of lack, whatever that situation was, it almost feels like you were trying to force and push and do and do and do and do it, and you lost connection with that sense of patience that the Knight of Pentacles offers. You lost the sense of your natural Saturnian Capricorn guidance, because Saturn is all about long term, never about instant gratification. So that's why I'm feeling that whatever this thing was that caused you to go into that lack, it was totally against your nature. Everything against your nature. You were trying to get rich quick schemes, or you were told something is a surefire way to get money fast, or I mean that's the same thing. But you know what I mean? It was something that involved instant gratification, where Capricorn, you guys do not do well with instant gratification because Saturn makes you know and understand the lessons and the importance of taking things, letting things take their time and letting things take as much time as they need. Knowing that if I do something today, it's because it's going to benefit me in the long term. Where this situation here most likely was not the case. And that's why it was your mind versus your heart when you were going towards this situation. Your heart was like, no, your heart was connected to Saturn saying this is not going to work, but your mind was like, no, I need XYZ right now, right this moment. And so your heart could have led you in the right direction to get whatever you needed in that moment that didn't have to do with this anti-Saturnian energy. But because you let your mind lead, this is where you are right now. But that's okay. That's totally okay. I think part of it is a lesson that you needed to learn to really tap into that Saturnian energy again. I think the Saturnian energy is connected to your heart as a Capricorn or Aquarius, since you guys are both Saturnian, but it's about leading with the heart and trusting that your heart is guiding you to the right place. And when your mind wants to take over and say, no, 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 this is going to work, this is going to work, like yelling at you in your head. When your mind is yelling, that's a great way to know maybe this isn't the right choice. Saturn, your intuition, your heart will be quiet. It'll say it maybe once or twice. Once if you got it the first time, twice if you need a little reminder. But for the most part, it's going to be a quiet guidance and it's going to be a knowing rather than a thinking. So, moving forward, tap into this Knight of Pentacles energy, this patience, this diligence. He pays attention to every single detail while also seeing the big picture of what all of those little details line up to. He knows that whatever he puts his energy towards is going to take time before he sees the fruits of his labor, but he's okay with that. He's okay with working hard now and not seeing those benefits until they are ready to fruit, until they are ripe and ready to pick. So, that's kind of where that energy lies right now. And the tower is out and looking at me again. And perhaps it's rather than a guarantee, perhaps the tower offers almost like a warning sign that says if you continue to listen to your mind rather than letting your heart guide you, you are going to feel that tower moment immensely. You are going to have the rug ripped out from under you. And if you thought you were in lack right now, keep listening to your mind and it's going to be like, even further in the pit. And that's not something to say to scare you. And I want to emphasize that the tarot is not fortune telling. This is not guaranteed. This is laying out a potential way that your energy and your where you guide yourself can play out. It's not a guarantee. So it's almost as if the tower again comes as a warning sign that's like, hey, lead with your heart, not your head, because if you lead with your head, that's when that negative tower moment could come in. And I don't even like using the word negative because tower moments always offer like a forest fire or a clear cut. You know, you're completely changing everything. Your reality will shift in a way that you've never recognized it before, but it's so you can rebuild even better. So tower moments are never inherently negative. They may be chaotic in the moment, but what comes after the tower moment is the moon and then the sun and then the star. It's reconnecting to your unconscious realm so you can sort out what you need to then connect to your childlike innocence that can guide you through the world with curiosity and wonder and hope, which then leads you to the star. That is your ultimate just authenticity, your creativity, your ability to bring the spiritual into reality and let that guide you. So, emphasis, tower moments are never, ever, ever inherently bad. They might feel like it in the moment, but there's always better to come. So if you want to do an experiment, keep letting your minds guide you rather than your heart guiding you, just to see what happens. That's where that tower moment would come in. But again, it's up to you. This Ace of Cups energy, Ace is not only saying, hey, connect with your emotions, connect with your intuition, but it's also offering that new beginning if you do connect with your emotions and your intuition. It's saying, let's refresh, let's start anew. Not as aggressively as the tower does. It's a way that you can start anew without having everything burnt to the ground before rebuilding. Oh, can't make this up. Can't make this up. The star just jumped out. And Ace of Wands. Hold on. Let's see what we got here. We have the world on the bottom of the deck. Oh my god. Five of Cups reversed, which is a good sign. Um, and the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Star, the World, Six of Cups on the bottom of the deck. She's come out for like four different readings. The Six of Cups. And the Seven of Cups under the Six of Cups. Five of Cups reversed. Five, six, seven. Sounds like forward progress. But let's see. Let's get into this. How do I want to organize this spread? Let's put the star in the middle. And the Wheel of Fortune. I want the aces together. Let's put the fives over here. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. I feel that the way the tarot is lined up helps to tell the story. So I like to make sure that it's coherent. Here, let's do the fives on the outside here. So, where do I want to start? Let's start with the Ace of Wands. So, as I was saying, Ace of Cups is also an opportunity to reconnect with your emotion and your intuitive side, and that unseen forces almost. The Ace of Cups offers that divine intervention that's saying like, hey, there are energies you can't see, there are energies that exist on the physical realm that you can't process with your senses. It's something that you have to feel. I guess feeling is a sense, but you know what I mean. It's something you have to feel within you in your heart, and logic does not compute with this energy. And if you learn how to tap into this energy, you can allow it to guide you towards your ultimate fruition, towards the world, but we'll get to that. You can let it guide you towards your ultimate fruition, but first you need to allow it. You need to accept the emotional body. And Capricorn, you guys are not just a goat, you're half goat, half fish. You have the capabilities of swimming in the emotional depths that Cancer does and that the other water signs do. You have that capability, but sometimes you get so focused on the physical realm that you try to block out that side of yourself. And the Ace of Cups and the Five, Six, and Seven of Cups are saying, no, you need that other side of yourself. You need to allow that side of yourself to guide you because that's what's going to lead you to where you belong. That's what's going to lead you to your stability, your fruition, to whatever it is you're looking for. And I love when the Ace of Cups comes out with the Ace of Wands, which these two came out with Aquarius too. Hello, Saturnians. Or maybe it was Pisces. Either way, another reading got these two cards as well. Ace of Wands is also about trusting your intuition to guide you. It's the very first card in the tarot if you put the minor arcana first. So it's stepping out into that new journey. It has that similar energy of the Fool, where they don't know what's coming. They just know they have this call towards adventure. They have this call to expand their horizons. And again, it's the not knowing that drives them. It's the not knowing what's going to happen, but trusting. That's intuition. It's connecting to your intuitive side to say, like, I trust wherever I'm led. I trust any obstacles that come up because I know what comes up is going to help me learn the wisdom I need to continue on. That's the energy you need to tap into, along with, I want to pull these ones out again. The Knights of Swords and the Knights of Pentacles. Excuse me. While Pentacles is a very patient energy, Swords is about having that mental stamina. It's about like being unshakable. And I love that I just brought up the obstacles that might come up too, because that's where the Knight of Swords comes in. He knows that any obstacle is a chance for him to sharpen his mental faculties. It's for him to gain the wisdom he needs to think of it like a video game. Like it starts out really easy, really simple. You have the four main, like, punch, kick, whatever. And then as you progress, you get magical powers, and then you're fighting bigger beasts. And every single beast that comes through, it's a chance for your player to increase his faculties as a whole. Not just mental, but mental is a big part of it because, you might need to learn certain, like, combos to defeat ones later, and you need to remember those and keep them in the back of your head. That's the hero's journey. That's the hero's journey. And so when you have the swords and the pentacles together, it's the sharpening of the mental faculties combined with the overwhelming patience and knowing that this is going to take time. This is literally like you're building up to something. These two together are as if you're building up to something. And I don't know what that is now, but it's as if you are gaining the knowledge step by step, little by little, so you can ultimately defeat or become this higher whatever. And I'm not saying you're gonna end up being a god. We're all human, it's whatever. But it's the hero's journey. That's what this spread feels like. It really is the hero's journey where you're starting out with complete lack. You're starting out with nothing, and you're slowly rebuilding yourself along the way. You're slowly letting the things stack on top of each other in a good way. Your wisdom, your patience, your hard work, your ethic, all of it, your intuition, your emotions, your curiosity is leading up to wherever that ultimate foundation is that Capricorns you need to survive. You guys need that stability. And that's where I feel like it's like you're going on an inner journey to reconnect with yourself in order to build that foundation brick by brick. And Five of Cups reverse. So the fives are always about lack. Five of Cups is more so about pessimism, but when it's reversed, it's like you're seeing the brighter side of things. So the fact that this one came out upright first, the Five of Pentacles first, which is a lack of finances, resources, whatever, and then the Five of Cups reverse came out, when it's upright, it's this man in a really dark cloak, and you could tell he's sad, and he's looking at these three spilled cups but doesn't realize right behind him are the two cups that if he just turned his head a little bit he'd see there's still abundance available. Reverse says, okay, you're starting to recognize that abundance once more. Once you set off on this inward journey of rediscovering yourself, reconnecting to your heart, and allowing Saturn to guide you, because that's what you were built for, Capricorn, you're going to start to see that shift in perspective. You're not going to be so focused on your lack. Even if physically, even if in your reality you have three cents to your name still, it's like you're going to be like, that's fine because I know I'm going to be okay. It's going to be a knowing, but again, you have to connect to your intuitive and your emotional side to get that guarantee. If you're so focused on the lack, guess what? This energy is going to flip. And then all you're going to see is lack and pessimism and things that you can't control. But if you relinquish the control and allow your intuition and your heart to guide you, let Saturn do its thing, you're going to be able to shift your perspective and see those two cups, see the abundance that's still waiting for you. It's just it's taking time. And again, that's that patience aspect you need to tap into, knowing it's going to take time, but also knowing that you have everything you need, that you'll be okay. And eventually, it'll lead you to the star, which Aquarius also got. You Saturnians, overwhelmingly positive messages for both of you guys. But once you start to shift that dial and let yourself be guided by your heart and your intuition and trusting, despite what you see on the outside, trusting that things will work out in your favor because they always are. They always are, no matter what it looks like in the present. Trusting that patience, trusting that your mind is building and building and gaining more wisdom and gaining more clarity as you go through all of these obstacles, you're going to bring yourself to your ultimate sense of authenticity. And it is exactly that authenticity that you need in order to tap into the energies that are waiting for you, tap into that fruition. That's the joke of life. That's the cosmic joke, is that we spend so much time being conditioned and being taught that we have to be a certain way. We have to do this. We have to go through all of this schooling. We have to go to college. We have to be mindful. We have to follow rules. We have to listen to our bosses. We have to do this. They sculpt us into this little box, therefore taking our authenticity away from us. They don't even give us a chance for authenticity in the society because they're trying to create worker bees. That's what they're trying to do. But that's the cosmic joke, is if we are able to say, you know what, I'm not going to do that. I am going to follow my heart and lead with my authenticity no matter where that leads me, because I trust that where it's leading me is more aligned with who I am, will offer me more success than me following this step by step by step path that has already been set up for me. It's going to bring me more money, more success, more fruition. And that's the thing. Capricorns, you guys are kind of imbued with that definition of success that lines up with society. I implore you to change that. I implore you this October to sit down and write down what success means to you, what it means to you. Not what it means, not what you were taught it means. Write down what success means to you and chase after that. For some people, success is just, I have a happy home life and thriving plants, and I'm just content every day. I wake up and I love what I do. They could have $3 to their name, but they're still successful because they define their success. Success could be, I am a multi-million dollar CEO, or I'm a CEO of a multi-million dollar company, and I took those steps to get there. That could be success to them. Success could be, you know what, I'm homeless, but I get to dance every single day of my life in the park. And I get to meet people everywhere I go and listen to their stories and understand more about myself and humanity through those stories. That's success to them. What does success mean to you? That's your homework for October. Capricorn, you guys are the only ones I've been giving homework, but I feel like that aligns. Write down what success means to you and strive for that. How does your authentic self, oh, I have chills. How does your authentic self align with what you define as success? How can you shape your authentic self to match up with your version of success? How can you decondition yourself from what you've been programmed since the age of 0, since you came out of the womb? How can you decondition all of those things you've learned, unlearn to relearn yourself? That's what you have to do, because what's waiting for you is everything you want. That's insane that we're starting with ultimate lack. First card, ultimate lack to the world, to everything. This is like the blueprint. I have chills. This is the blueprint. Are you listening? This is the blueprint. And all you have to do is trust that inner guidance. Follow your heart. Believe in the unseen. Know that you are ultimately guided and protected. And this is what's waiting for you. Authenticity is waiting for you. Alignment is waiting for you. Abundance is waiting for you. Wow. And I want to emphasize again, have patience with yourself. This is not something that happens overnight. How great would it be if one day you're just like, you know what, I am going to follow my heart. And the next day they're like, here's $1 million, you win. It's not that quick, but it is possible. That exact scenario is possible. Maybe not overnight, maybe overnight. But with this, it's going to take time and it's going to take work. And I think more of the work that you're going to expect is inner work. It's going to be inner work and fixing, not fixing. We never want to fix ourselves because we are perfect as we are. It's improving. It's twisting and tightening of the screws within us. It's untightening screws that are rusty and need to be replaced and should be released altogether. It's allowing yourself to learn from everything you go through because you know that every step of the way is important and a part of your journey and can offer wisdom. It's not straying away from your true authentic nature, because your true authentic nature is how you obtain all of the abundance you're looking for. That feels complete. And this is amazing. And I'm just noticing this is a scarab beetle. on the Knight of Pentacles. Deeply, deeply spiritual symbolism. With all that said, Capricorn, if you guys liked this reading at all, if anything resonated, leave me a like, leave me a comment, tell me how it resonated. Let me know how September went compared to October. I want to hear about your journey, your stories, all of it. I'd be so excited to listen. And of course, if it resonated as well, if you liked what you saw, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you guys for the future. If it didn't resonate, this was a general reading, so maybe not everything did resonate. I invite you to check out my website and my Patreon linked in the bio below. You can book directly with me for tarot, astrology, or human design right on my website, or even email me if you have any questions. Or if you want to check out my Patreon, I'm always posting spiritual things, topics, learning lessons, all of those. Right now, we're working on human design specifically, so lots of good info there. If you are interested, I definitely advise you to check it out. But otherwise, Capricorn, this was beautiful. October will be perhaps the start and the finish of the hero's journey for you guys. It's knocking you back into alignment because for whatever reason you guys were knocked out of alignment, but it's all for the greater purpose. It was all for you to learn something. And I think that's wonderful. I think that's what life's about. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to see where this takes you. Thank you guys for listening, and I'll see you next time.